Hey there, good to see you in another video comparing fractions. How do we compare fractions? There are three situations where we can compare fractions in. The first situation is when we have common denominators. So in this case, I have two fractions, which is 6 over 8 and 7 over 8. Now, if you notice, both these fractions have a common denominator. So if it is common, all you have to do is figure out which of the numerator is the greater value. So in this case, 7 is greater than 6, therefore it is 6 over 8. Sorry, 6 over 8 is lesser than 7 over 8. Right. Now let's see this from a diagram. Now, these two blocks here are identical and have been divided into 8 equal parts. The first diagram, I am going to shade off 6 parts, 5 and 6. And the second block, I'm going to shade off 7 parts. So let's compare them. 6 parts and 7 parts. Do you see diagrammatically that 7 over 8 is greater than 6 over 8? Yeah, so that is how you compare fractions with common denominators. Now let's look at fractions with common numerators. Okay, let's leave it there. All right, so now I have two fractions, which is 3 over 6 and 3 over 10. Here I have common numerators. When the numerators are common, you look for the smaller or the lesser denominator. In this case, 3 over 6 is greater than 3 over 10. Okay, now how does this work? Let's do the same thing. So I've got two identical blocks, but they have been divided into different parts because 3 over 6 will be 6 parts and 3 over 10 will be 10 parts. Now, for those of you who do not understand this, please go back to the playlist, the fractions playlist, and start watching from the first video. Okay, now coming back to this. So 3 over 6, let's shade this. So this will be 1, 2, and 3. This is 3 over 6. What about 3 over 10? 3 over 10 will be here. I think you can see where I'm getting at. Yeah. So naturally, 3 over 10 has a smaller combined size compared to 3 over 6. This is because the parts are, for 3 over 6, the parts are divided much larger. They have much larger slices, if you will. Whereas 3 over 10, the same size of the block, each slice gets smaller. So when the numerator are common, then you look for the smaller denominator and that would be the greater value, right? Okay, now let's look at when we have neither the denominator or the numerator common, okay, which means both are not the same. So in this case, I have two fractions, 1/3 and 3/6. Now, how do I compare which is greater? In this case, I would not be able to compare because both the blocks in this case are not divided into the same number of parts. Okay, so what I got to do is I've got to do some modification. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this by 2. Multiply this by 2 and I'm going to multiply this by 2. So I end up now with 2 over 6. Now see what happened is I have a new fraction which is called equivalent fraction, which I'll be doing a video soon, compared with 3 over 6. Now remember, the denominators are common, so therefore the numerator with the larger or the bigger number is the greater fraction. So in this case, 2 over 6 is lesser than 3 over 6, or we can compare the original fraction, which is 1/3 is lesser than 3/6. Now, how do we actually manage to understand this using a diagram? Now, 1/3 and 3/6. The second block has been divided into 6 equal parts, whereas the first block has been divided into 3 equal parts. So what I did when I multiplied by 2, when I multiplied 1/3 by 2 is actually I've created more spaces. That means I further divided the block into, now as you can see, when I multiply by 2, each section, remember each section, earlier these were the sections, isn't it? This was 1/3. This was the 1/3, isn't it? So now what I did is for every 1/3, I actually multiplied by 2. So now the whole block has become 6 equal parts. 1/3 is this section. So I'm comparing this section with 3/6, which is this section here, right here. So obviously 3/6 is greater than 2/6. Just before you go, please help to like, comment, and share this video, and to follow or subscribe if you have not done yet. And also activate your notification button so that you will receive notification when we upload videos like this. Thank you so much for staying with us.